was a drill rapper from Chicago, right? A whole bunch of killings, right? Did a whole bunch of murders. And you know what his father did? The same damn thing. The same damn thing. His father was famous for being a killer in Chicago. So when his father died, when he was a young boy, he said, I'm gonna be just like my dad. Just from that example. That's clone Tyrone. That's clone Tyrone. You understand?
Demons on my back. Whoa. Gotta do the dance on these hoes like Joseph. I'm my own opponent, might be floating, but I know the game. I can't complain, so I'm just fighting, pray I'm chosen. Just tryna stay focused. Witchcraft, hocus pocus. The way that she came up and she said, I see that you want me. Now all I need.
David's saying, I have experience in this life. I've been all over the earth. I understand this. Read that.
And keep the charge of the Lord thy God.
Keep the charge of God. Keep what God tells you to do. Read.
To walk in his ways.
To walk in his ways, not your own way. Read.
To keep his statutes and his commandments.
His statutes and his commandments. God's laws. Read.
And his judgments and his testimonies. As it is written in the law of Moses.
As it is written in the law of Moses. It's been here since the beginning. But why do we not keep God's commandments anymore? What happens to our community? Hosea 4:1. What happens to our communities when we don't keep the commandments? When we're not teaching our kids the commandments? We're not teaching our sons how to move. We barely have fathers now. And the fathers that we do have now, because they come from a generation that they had no fathers. They said, oh, let me be a father to my son. But they don't really know how to be fathers. They never had that example. That's why we're here.
Right.
That's why Christ give us these commandments.
Right.
This will be passed on from generation to generation to generation. But what has been passed down in America for us? What is the black man that's been passed down from generation to generation?
Generating jobs, education.
No. What is the black man passed down to the next generation?
Don't know.
You don't know.
You
don't pass anything down. One thing they pass down is Tyrone.
Okay.
I was a drug dealer. Now my son's going to be a drug dealer, just like me. Right? Yep. You know King Vaughn?
No.
Never heard King Vaughn?
No.
Okay, he was a drill rapper from Chicago, right? A whole bunch of killings, right? Did a whole bunch of murders. And you know what his father did? The same damn thing. The same damn thing. His father was famous for being a killer in Chicago. So when his father died, when he was a young boy, he said, I'm gonna be just like my dad. Just from that example. That's clone Tyrone. That's clone Tyrone. You understand? If his father was a drug dealer, he would have been doing the same thing. His father was a whoremonger, he would have been doing the same thing. That's how we keep sin in our neighborhoods. That's how we keep sin in the family. And that destroys the community. I'll prove it. Read that.
Hosea chapter 4 verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, you children of Israel. For the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
God has an issue with the inhabitants of the land. God has a problem with the Israelites. The blacks, Hispanics, and Americans, so-called. He has a problem with them. Why? Read.
Because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land.
There is no knowledge of God in the land. They don't know how to keep God's commandments. That's what the truth is. That is what the truth is. You want me to prove it to you? Hold that. Get Psalms. Get Psalms. Remember, in a Christian church, there's a famous scripture that they quote. The truth shall set you what? Free. Shall set you free. Now, do you believe that we're living in America in truth? Or do you believe we're being given lies?
I don't believe that at all.
Well, do we live in lies?
Yes, most definitely.
So what is that? Are we free?
Not at all.
Not at all. Not at all. Let's see what truth is. Read.
Psalms 119 verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness. And thy law is the truth.
Thy what?
Thy law is the truth.
Thy law is the truth. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Keep the Sabbath day holy. All of these things. Honor thy father and thy mother. These are the things that's the truth. that was it, right? Go back. Hosea 4:1.
Hosea chapter 4 verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, you children of Israel. For the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
Why?
Because there is no truth, no mercy, no knowledge of God in the land.
There's nobody keeping God's commandments in New Haven.
Right.
There's nobody keeping commandments in Bridgeport.
Right.
There's nobody keeping commandments in Philly.
Right.
In Ghana.
Teach.
And everywhere that our people are,
Bring it
they're
up.
not keeping the commandments. And what do you see? Read.
By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery.
Don't this sound like the hood?
Yes.
Don't that sound like the hood?
Yes.
Read.
They break out and blood toucheth blood.
Black on black violence. Black on Hispanic violence. Blood touches blood. Blood brothers. You understand? My family's from America. His family from Haiti. We still blood brothers. Blood touches blood. Read.
Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish.
Everybody is jacked up in America. Wherever our people is, the ghettos, we jacked up. That's why it's easy to have the liquor store. It's easy to have the Christian church. Because that's the soothing. You understand? That's what lulls us back to sleep. You understand? Was that Romans 13? Awake? Get Romans 13. Right? The Christian church, the drugs, the liquor stores, right? The TV all day long. This is the things that put us to sleep. We're not even thinking we're in oppression. We watch the Dave Chappelle so we just forget about it. We just want to laugh all day, right? We go to a Christian church, we want to sing and dance and praise and forget about all our worries. You want to get high, you're going to forget about our problems. And then we're going to forget that the bills are due. We want to forget that our kid just got shot down. We want to forget that our fathers are in jail. Know what I mean? Read.
Romans chapter 13 verse 11.
That's it.
And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Now is high time to awake out of sleep. It's been too long. It's 2023. We came here on slave ships in the 1400s. And we still there in slavery. It's now time to wake out of sleep. It's time to wake out of the drug dealing, the drug using,
right.
the alcoholism, right. The killing, the murdering, the lying, the whoremongering.
Right.
It's done with that. Read.
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
Now is salvation come. This is salvation.
That's right.
God's commandments is salvation. Do you understand how many people's lives, how many brothers' lives have changed by keeping God's commandments? I've seen it myself countless times. This is the truth. Nobody else is teaching this. Nobody else is teaching this. Did you see on the news that there was thousands of us in Baltimore just a week ago? No, they're not gonna promote that. They're not gonna promote that. But if somebody gets shot up the block, they're gonna post that all up the street. And they gonna catch the person that did it, they'll put his mugshot right on the TV. All day long. Another Tyrone. You understand? That's what they want in our community. But when they see the Israelites out there marching, shutting down whole cities. We went to Chicago last year and this year. Once we left, when we were there, peace, peace. Once we left, people got shot. That's the power of God's commandments. That's God's spirit that rolls all through there. When Kyrie was getting jacked up by the Nets, we marched to Barclays. We shut down Brooklyn.
Right.
We shut down Brooklyn. You can hear a pin drop on flap. It was over. Did you see that on the news? You're not gonna see it on the news. You're not gonna see it on the news.
Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.